Hey everybody. So, today we have to save Sir Hans. He's been in prison for poaching and he's got a date with the gallows. It's up to us to keep him from the hangman's noose. Now, they have felt it necessary to release us and allow us to work. But Sir Hans is trapped inside of a little cage down in the depths of Trotsky Castle. We have 12 bell tolls to save Sir Hans. So without further ado, let's get into it.
On, get moving.
You get moving. So first thing we got to do is we got to carry these sacks so as not to draw suspicion to ourselves when we start sneaking about the castle.
It was nice. Good food and drink. Lots of guests. Not enough pretty girls for my liking, though. It's a lot better here in Trotsky.
Fuck you.
Why wouldn't they when it's true? It'll be bad, I tell you.
I don't know.
You.
Seems to me it's always the same.
You're
Bad.
gonna die.
Well, it'll be even worse. Look, there's a rabble running rampant over the front.
Everybody here is going to die in the name of Sir Hans.
Hey!
Ass clown. You know, I've been holding off swearing and
It was nice.
doing all that shit because I've been
Lots of guests.
acting like I'm gonna get paid from YouTube.
It's
I'm not
a
worried about
lot
getting paid from
better
YouTube.
here in
Look,
Trotsky.
I've got a good job. I make decent income.
All he is,
I can afford
philosopher.
to do this and not get paid for it.
Everything was fine as
Not to
long as
mention,
we had a king.
Lord Capon himself has subscribed to my YouTube channel. And he might even see this. And if he did, that would be freaking awesome. And that's, you know, that's all I do it for. You know what I mean? I don't have to have fame or glory.
Their Majesties
I don't have to
just
have
seem
people
to
hitting me
think
up all the time. I don't need to get on here and see
it was nice.
700 people going, oh my god, look at him, he's streaming. Oh my god, oh my god. Would it be nice? Sure. I wouldn't, turn people away and be like, nah, I'm streaming, go away. But, you know,
It was
I'm not
nice.
going to go looking for it.
Good food and drink. Lots of guests. Not
And
enough
to be
pretty
completely
girls for my
honest,
liking. It's a
my whole
lot
deal
better
with
here in Trotsky.
Unlike my
Luke Dale
opinion about their
is
majesties, someone might really take an interest in
I've
your
seen
opinion
some of
about
his
the
interviews. I've watched a lot of his live streams. You know, I've watched some of the making of KCD2 that he's
God
been
bless.
posting.
Greetings to you.
And, from what I can see, the man himself seems like a really decent fellow.
That's that.
And
No worries he has. If a fella treats
I finished hauling the sacks.
How should I
he
told
just seems like someone that would be cool to game with. You know what I mean? And if he's getting into gaming, I'm not saying that, oh my gosh, he's going to come and play a game with me. But it'd be cool. You know what I mean? There's always the prospect of it. And that would be pretty nifty.
Oh,
So I'm skipping over the dialogue here, whatever. He's a blacksmith. He wants you to make a horseshoe and take it to the saddler.
Well, I'm a blacksmith.
oh,
Aye.
then you might. And there's only
All right.
how many smoke
One.
you'll
All
and lads. This here I
So when you get here, first things first, make sure nobody's looking at you. Right? Get right over here. See that little red pot?
Fool of a blacksmith.
In and out. You don't want to be in there too long. Go ahead and take that stuff too. All right, now we're gonna make the farmer horseshoe. Now remember, we're a master blacksmith.
That damn wretch.
So this shouldn't take us hardly any time at all.
Where's that fool of a blacksmith?
I wanted it to be just a little harder there.
He laid down his life for our sake.
See how dull that looks? I should have gotten it harder.
Take care of your good servant, Captain Thomas.
Where's that fool of a
He's
blacksmith?
faithful and good Christian. I beg you hear from him, and all other soldiers of Christ.
That damn wretch.
Yep. Should have gotten it hotter. There we go. Now she's nice and hot. That's how I like them. Apparently, I like my women like I like my horseshoes.
Crucifix. Where's that blacksmith? That miserable blacksmith. Where is he now? That damn wretch.
Merciful God, your only begotten Son took upon himself our wrongdoings and showed us the power of enduring pain for us. Look down upon our Captain Thomas with a father's love, and upon all who suffer, and heal the pains of the
Crucifix.
afflicted.
Where's that
Let
blacksmith?
them know that I am not alone.
You don't have to worry about trying to do these perfect. Horseshoes don't have a quality to them. The only quality you get from horseshoes is going from farmers to like knights to nobles,
That damn
and there's
wretch.
one or two other kinds besides that. I don't know. Now let's see if we can. Ah, we can. I'm not going to though.
Have you seen Erazine the scribe?
Lord Zenny's wedding like?
It was nice. Good food.
Oh, I forgot. We got to talk to the blacksmith first so that
It
he
was
can
nice.
tell us that he told us to go see him when he did.
Almost every time I'm there, I see him climb.
About that horse.
Well,
Yeah.
well, what are you standing around here for?
No. You talk.
You're a smart one, eh? He's our groom, just between the two of us.
Yeah, you're not all fucking sunshine and rainbows yourself there, Dorothy.
Good food and drink.
I brought you those horseshoes. I mean,
That took long enough. And you know who gets in the shit?
you.
Exactly. Or I'd have to go back to...
Do I get something?
Hey, I've no time for jokes.
What did you?
You're a bit...
Well, I get the thing.
Hmm.
Not quite. I'd also like to know if you still got any tools.
But I'll tell you, it won't come cheap.
Let's see what you've got.
What's he got for horseshoes? Because we have zero is what we have. We have zero.
Take care then, and thanks for nothing.
Yep, you're welcome, bitch. I really don't like him. find work around the gallows.
Good day.
Let's see, where's he at? Is this him
Good
right here?
God. Greetings. What brings you?
I was told to...
Nice timing.
No.
Ah, I got the job of fixing up this here scaffold, so it don't collapse when we hang that poacher. But the whole thing is fucked. I need a good carpenter's axe. There's one broadaxe in the shed, but it's as blunt as a file. Of course, Osina didn't find time off.
But that poacher is innocent.
An innocent poacher? But that's nothing to do with me. My job is to make sure it don't collapse when he swings.
I could help you with that.
You could. Well, that'd be great.
Sure thing. All done. Here it is.
Sharp as a skinning knife. Without your help, the scaffold could well collapse under that poacher. And nobody wants that.
And then the execution would be postponed.
I doubt it. We're not going to make a show out of it like they do in Prague. But someone would have to get their hands dirty, and no one fancies that.
Understandably.
Anyway, thanks. I can't afford to fuck things up.
Isn't he always?
Yeah, but even more today. Anna the laundress said he's got bellyache. Everyone is avoiding him like the plague.
Uh-huh. I'll be going.
Now that is our end
Take care.
to roam the castle as we please. As long as your speech is high enough. That's the kicker. Your speech has to be high enough. If your speech is shit, don't even try what I'm about to do. Run, 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 run.
Bookworms seem off to me.
Like always.
You're not allowed in here, vagabond. If you want a bite to eat, go to the kitchen in the Cron. It's at the other end of the courtyard.
Now I'm gonna go talk to the Chamberlain.
You're not allowed here.
Sir, I want to ask you something.
Go away.
You?
Can't be here.
What are you doing here? Christ, first you cause mayhem.
I noticed, sir, that something...
How could a vagabond...
Gonna be. Piss off.
Sir, I might not look the part.
Don't waste my time with your...
Species de keep it, sir. Looks can deceive. As it happens, I've read many Latin and other texts. For example, the etymologies of Isidore of Seville, the writings of Abbess Hildegard of Bingen, and the Herbarium de Horis Sanitatis, De Materia Medica...
Well,
Anyway,
yes.
tell me, Matt, does it hurt? Uh-huh.
Well,
And does...
yeah.
Go away. Now.
Did you...
Well,
Yes?
it's a little...
Master Cha...
All right.
I would...
Well, when...
Really?
I understand.
Tell me, what do you...
Well,
So...
yeah.
I see.
So, what
With your...
What? I don't...
Leave here.
When it...
Now.
No. Do you... Well,
Sir, the main thing, you have to eat...
gruel.
Yes.
What?
That's the...
Cut.
it gonna be?
I don't have the only.
Don't worry. It's upstairs.
I think so.
Trouble?
All right.
That's it.
Besides,
What?
I think I could. The greatest. And you have a very.
Father Nick.
I'll go and get some.
Good.
Oh,
Careful.
you, eh?
Yep, and now we can roam the castle as we'd like. So now we go up here.
If you're after some leftovers, the kitchen's up top. I don't give a
Scrub you're after. You'll have...
Now we have a lockpick. So if your lockpicking is good enough, you come in here to this chest. You'll find every potion you need right here. And then when you come in here, you'll find Catherine.
Who are you, actually?
Me?
And what were you doing at the pond?
I thought we straightened that out the last. I have no idea.
We both know you're locked.
Says someone who was just.
You know I was locked up? Oh, for such an...
Right. I spend the.
That's exactly what I think.
Well, think again.
What's your name?
What's it to you?
I'm Henry.
Well,
and you are?
You.
I'm still...
Yeah. You.
I need help.
Who doesn't?
I really don't know.
Apart from the fact.
Well, we're in the surgeon's chamber.
I suppose.
Because we're birds of a feather.
How do you mean?
Well, let's just say we both go where we shouldn't be going.
Oh, really? You.
Really? Didn't you lose a comb by any chance?
What? How did you...
How? I know a thing or two. So, do you believe me?
That was pretty good, I have to admit. And now give it back to me.
As you wish. And now I'm sure you'll be very happy to help me.
All right. If it's medicine you're after, the surgeon has a store across the corridor. There's all sorts of junk there, but there's one chest where he puts stuff that he hasn't used up. He locks it carefully, but you...
And what if there's nothing interesting?
Then tough luck. But you... That crackpot right...
All right.
And now get out of my...
Alright, so this book right here, if we read it, gives us the potion that we need, the digestive potion recipe. And it'll come up as stolen, so you want to just drop that.
Oh, excuse me.
Now you'll want to remember this for later,
My God, what...
especially back in here.
The first bell. Another 11 to go.
Maybe it's back there. We'll find it.
Scrub you're after.
Sir, about those health problems of yours.
Yes?
I have exactly what you need. Sir, I'd recommend that you take this digestive potion. Take it after every meal. And don't...
All right.
And now you ought to go and lie down.
Lie down? Me? Pah!
Sir, medicine isn't enough. You also need rest.
Oh, all right.
And another thing.
Yes.
Couldn't I go and pray? Thank you, sir.
Now he's just giving us a free roam of the castle.
Christ, pardon me.
So, if your speech wasn't good enough,
I'm sorry.
something that you could have done to get in was come up to this well here.
His wedding like?
It was nice.
I could see where it leads to.
Jump down it. What that'll do.
Shit. Oh, this was a bad idea. But it seems I won't drown at least.
You'll get a debuff for your foot being hurt. I don't know, what was one of those potions? Marigold decoction. Let's go ahead and take that. But now, we just follow this. And it'll take us out here. Then we come up these stairs. Open the door. Close it back. And there's Capon.
Hans! Are you there?
Henry! Is that you? You've got to get me the fuck out of here. They want to hang me.
I think they're just exaggerating. Don't worry. It'll be all right.
I don't know. But I don't want to be stuck in here anyway.
Well, unfortunately, no one believes you are one.
You've got to find that
I know, but they...
Jesus!
Well, we've been...
It's all the same.
Not exactly...
That's not good.
Can you try and distract him?
Sneak into the torture chamber.
One of Capon's best performances coming up right now.
In the brewery at noon, it's merry as a tap room. Merrily the boys all gather, singing in the back room. Merrily the boys all gather, singing in the back room. And now the sun is lowering, it's asleep until the morning. Jolly.
Do you hear me? Shut your mouth.
Yep, and then you'd come up here just like that. Bada boom, bada bing. Alright, but now we go upstairs. Now normally you'd have to sneak past everybody. But since we've got permission from the Chamberlain, we don't have to sneak at all.
Mother
Hey,
of God, where's that stench coming from?
from your fucking mom's legs. Shut up, bitch.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you better be. You're a fucking twat too.
Who stinks here?
It's your upper lip. Maybe you should tell your old lady to wash her snatch. Bitch.
Watch out on the right, Yannick.
Pardon me for disturbing you, miss.
If you want to pray, go some. Unless
No, I'm not.
Amadella.
I need to talk...
Unless.
Oh, Christ.
Yes, besides.
What?
They if the.
I'm sorry. I heard it, so I brought...
Really?
God moved.
Yes.
Okay, so now we've given Sir Thomas the fever tonicum. It's a fever tonic. He's been suffering from a very bad fever. They're going to give him the fever tonic now. Since it's a cutscene, I'm not going to skip
fever
it.
is getting worse.
We're just going to let it go. This is one of my favorite scenes in the entire game. This is the most human I ever saw Lord Capon up to this point. This is when I really started to appreciate Lord Capon as a fucking character. This is gold. I love it. It's like he's realized being a noble is not enough. You can't just do whatever you want to do. Sometimes trusting in other people is the best way and the only way. Blue blood won't save you from the gallows.
I urge you all to be vigilant. These days we have all sorts of vagabonds, drifters, outlaws and bandits roaming the country. And we have one of those vermin here today. A fella called Hans, who is clearly not right in the head. A dangerous madman, a brawler, and a thug. The worst of all, a poacher. And so, for the damages he caused to our dear Lord Otto von Berghoff, he is sentenced to be hanged by the neck until dead!
Stop! You can't execute this man. He's a noble. Captain Thomas here will testify that we're messengers from Rattay.
What is this nonsense, for Christ's sake?
It's true. I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein.
Deal with it, for God's sake!
But, sir, the captain...
Captain Thomas has a fever. He's clearly delirious. Seize them immediately.
You can't do this! I'm a nobleman, do you hear? A noble! Get your hands off me! You can't do this!
Open the gates!
My lord.
What the hell is going on?
It was just a... It's a hanging.
You can't hang him. He's a noble.
That's for me to judge. Take him down! And for Christ's sake, help me off this horse!
And there you have it. Lord Hans has been saved.
You may enter. His lordship is expecting you.
So, you're messenger?
Talks about being messengers
My
of Rattay.
respects, Sir Otto. I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein, and this is Henry of Skalitz, my escort.
Welcome to Trusky, gentlemen. I'd greet you standing up as befits, but I'm glad I can even sit at the moment.
I heard you were ambushed by outlaws.
You heard right. Those bastards did a job on me. And I got out luckier than most. Almost all the others were killed, including my page and my surgeon. So there is no one here to heal me, and I will have to inform poor Albert's father that his son died in my service.
I hope your health will soon be restored, sir.
We shall see. But now, you tell me what happened here in Herrgottsnamen. Why did my chamberlain try to hang you, Lord Capon?
In truth, the welcome we got from your Master Chamberlain was somewhat... how shall I put it?
Sir, we came to your castle in a state of desperation. Your Chamberlain had the guards empty excrement on my lord's head and beat him without hearing us out. You were still at the castle then, and if he'd let us see you, maybe you wouldn't have left and wouldn't have been ambushed.
You tell him, Henry.
And if that wasn't enough, when he had Sir Hans arrested, he refused to believe who he was, even though not only I told him, but your Captain Thomas too.
I must say you have courage, youngster. But I expect I would also be in such a foul mood if the same had happened to me.
Sir!
Best be quiet, Ulrich. We will talk about that another time. And I apologize to you for that unpleasantness. At least it ended better than it might have. Anyway, let us leave this misunderstanding aside and get to the point. As far as I'm aware, Rattay showed no interest in negotiations before, either with me or with the League of Lords.
True. Our houses have thus far stood on opposite sides.
I should say so. Attacking Brno and Jihlava together with that renegade Sokol of Lemberg hardly inspired our sympathy.
Well, we can all point the finger. Your League of Lords, on the other hand, abducted the king. Although I don't doubt your reasons, just as Sir Hanush did.
We certainly had. The main one being that your Wenzel is an irresponsible drunkard and idler who is hurting the Empire by his inactivity. But let us leave that aside. Tell me, what does Sir Hanush have on his mind? I am all ears.
Unfortunately, during the ambush, we lost the letter we were carrying, so you'll have to make do with my word of mouth.
All right. Go ahead and speak.
In brief, Sir Hanush, Sir Radzig, and other lords take the view that the situation has got out of control. And that's of no benefit to anyone in Bohemia, neither Wenceslas's supporters or the League of Lords. King Sigismund's actions will not lead to instilling greater order than under King Wenceslas. Quite the contrary.
Let us say that maybe. What arises from it?
Sir Hanush and the other lords on our side are interested in knowing what the stance of the League of Lords is at this moment, and whether they haven't perhaps reevaluated some things.
In other words, whether I might betray Sigismund.
Well, betray is a strong word. We came to you, Sir Otto, because you're the leading voice of the League of Lords. I expect there are also lords among your ranks who are considering how to find a way out of this sticky situation. And for the Kingdom of Bohemia, it would certainly be better if our paths were to join rather than parting.
Your companion speaks like a diplomat, Sir Hans. However, the question is whether it's possible to join fire with water and end up with anything but nasty smoke. Nonetheless, Sir Hanush and Sir Radzig are right. There is disorder and anarchy in the land. Bandits riding roughshod all over. As we all know, to our cost.
We've had plenty of experience of that at home too, sir. Only a short time ago we had to deal with a similar band.
Then you will surely understand that before I begin debating who would be the better king, I must sweep my own doorstep. Only I'm damned if I know how to do that, since those bastards have wiped out half of my garrison, including my captain.
If I may be so bold, sir, you're not the only one. We also have a score to settle with them, so Henry and I will gladly help you.
Is that so? Now that is what I call the words of a knight, Sir Hans.
Right now, we've got a common enemy, so we have common interests, too.
So then, sir, may we be of assistance to you?
Indeed, you may. Perhaps in the end we may really find some common ground. I need to muster sufficient reserves to deal with those outlaws once and for all. I'm summoning my vassals here to Trotsky. And since I don't have many men left to send as messengers, I will gladly accept your help.
Just say the word, sir. Where should we go?
You'll go to Nebakov, a small castle, or rather fortress among the cliffs. The yeoman there, Jaromir Nebak, is an old hardhat and may not be very willing to fulfill his obligations. It would be useful if an eloquent noble like yourself visited him to explain him clearly why I need his whole garrison.
We'll take care of it, sir. Count on us.
All right. We'll head out as soon as possible. Let's not delay our diplomatic mission unnecessarily.
Very well. I think that is all for now. The Chamberlain will show you where you can put your heads down, and he will supply you with horses. And once we have resolved this little digression, we shall talk about your own mission.
Thank you, sir.
May I ask something, Sir Otto?
Oh. Ask away, young man.
When you were ambushed, did you see those bandits? Would you recognize any of them?
Henry, don't start with that again.
Why do you ask?
The thing is, when we were ambushed, I believe I saw among them one of the men we ran up against at home.
Oh. What did he look like? Do you know his name?
He's called Istvan Toth, a Hungarian noble. He wears black armor, a stocky fella, around 40.
I've already told you that's nonsense. How would he be here? You only saw him from a distance, from behind. You're imagining it.
And why does this Toth interest you, young man?
He was the leader of a band that made trouble for us in Sasau. And he has something that belongs to me.
Ah, interesting. Interesting. But I must disappoint you. I saw no one of that description.
Thank you, sir. And sorry. I had to ask.
I understand. And now I shall entrust you to the care of Uri here. And I shall look forward to the good tidings you bring me from Nebakov. Go with God, gentlemen.
Thank you for everything, sir. The Lord be with you.
There will be time enough yet for social niceties. Now there are more practical matters to deal with. Sir Otto has generously agreed to accommodate Lord Capon in one of his chambers. And you, Henry, shall also be accommodated, as befits your station. There, your equipment shall also be returned to you, and you'll find your horse in the stable. Nevertheless, his lordship takes the view that, as a noble's escort, you should have a befitting mount. And therefore, he has kindly decided that you may take one of our horses, if you so wish. Gentlemen, follow me.
Now this is a good part. We're just gonna
So, Sir
shut...
Hans,
Oop.
allow me to...
Hold on, Sir Ulrich. If you think everything is settled between us, and we're gonna act like nothing happened, then you're mistaken.
Sir?
You were going to have me executed a short while ago. I expect a proper apology.
Then please accept my apology once more, sir. But given the circumstances...
Given the circumstance? What circumstances?
Sir, poaching is a capital offense.
And are you the king? That you can hand down death sentences? No, you are not.
What's more, you had plenty of reasons to realize it wasn't a good idea.
Sir, I could not have realized that.
You couldn't have realized! Yes, you could, but then you wouldn't have been able to play the Lord and stage private executions.
Sir, once more, I apologize. And now, please allow me to show you to your quarters.
I wouldn't dream of inconveniencing you. I'll find my quarters by myself. Henry, once you're done with that annoying fool, get your horse and we'll meet at the gate.
Well, it seems Lord Capon will not be requiring my services anymore today.
I think you owe him a proper apology.
I think I've apologized more than enough. Even though I had little reason not to regard him as a poacher. But still, I will try to rectify my error. Nevertheless, welcome to Trusky, the finest and biggest castle you shall ever see. Rumor
To be
has
completely
it that
honest,
the castle was built on the
I feel like
jaws
Rattay
of
from
hell,
the first game was a
and
lot
that we're
better.
sometimes plagued by
Way
demons
more impressive
here.
as
But
well.
don't believe a word of it. It's just idle talk
look at
to
this.
excuse
It's
the
two
servants'
fucking towers.
laziness and
You've got a wooden tower there.
demanding enough,
God.
keeping
You got a
everything
big
here
fucking
running smoothly
stone tower
without
right there.
any
It's
of
not even that big.
It
It's just
requires a
built into the
man of
mountain.
exceptional qualities and talents. By the way, this place is a maze for strangers. It's very easy to get lost.
Excuse me. Come here.
The jail cells are down there. But I believe you are already fairly well acquainted with that part of the castle, aren't you?
Unless you're planning to accommodate me in the dungeons, I'm not interested.
Be at ease, we're almost there. Here it is. You'll find a bed inside, opposite the door, and a chest where we put your belongings. You'll find some new clothing there, a little gift from our gracious lord, to ensure you're not mistaken for a beggar again. Once you're settled in and properly dressed, stop by the stables. They're beyond the gate, down the path. Ask for Kabat. He was supposed to prepare a horse and tack for you. Or tell him you'll keep your own if you insist. Then he'll give you proper tack at least, so you don't disgrace us.
Thanks. I'm grateful.
As you should be. So, you and I are finished, and I can finally attend to some proper work, so this castle doesn't fall on our heads.
Oh yeah, it'd be a
Good
shame.
doggy. Good boy.
Bitch. Alright. First things first, we're gonna come in here, grab this military sword, per point, Waffen Rock, Halberg. Took my equipment. We're gonna open this. Come in here. Gonna put that in there. Put that in there. That in there. Okay. Now, first thing we've got to do I like putting my speech set on my yellow shield there. For the plain and simple reason that I don't know, it's just the the one I like. So, and I like my fighting set to be on the red. So we'll put that on, 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 put that on. Put that on. We're going to take that off. Let it shine through. Okay. Now we're going to go to our weapons. You'll see we're no longer poisoned up. Now, is there anything that we don't need? Okay. Armor. Yep, don't need that. Don't need that. First off, we're going to take everything back out. Put that in there.
You silly doggy.
All right.
Now, we're going to go to armor. We're going to put the best of everything that we have on. Okay. We've got that. Got that. Put that on. And it looks like this Crusaders of the Red Star Waffen Rock. Definitely going to put that on. I'm going to wear these. Oh, we've got to put those up. And those. first. Books.
What would you like?
Would you repair?
Great! Happy to...
I'll have a look at the...
Now we're gonna go. $115. What's our sword? $132. Oh, we're much better. Of course, it's mastercrafted. $68 for the male collar. So we'll sell that. We'll sell that. Sell that. We'll go ahead and we'll sell everything we're not going to use. Now we're selling. Not worried about that. Okay, so that's 99. Ours is 123. That's 68. That's 31. So we are going to get this. Male hood with coat of arms is 65. Ours is 60, so we'll do that. Do that. That's 93. It's 113. This is actually 47, and that's 43. The long hauberk's actually better. What was our hauberk at? 47. Let's see. Well, that's 58. So we're going to get that. We're going to sell that. These gauntlets are 107. Ours are 112. These Luminar gauntlets are 104. Ours are 115. Not worried about that. Milanese plate leg armor, that's 107. Take those. Then we'll take one of the knight's horseshoes. We're still getting 918. Okay. Take that, take that, take that. 12 of those. Take all 6 of those and all 5 of those. Alright.
I'd like to discuss the price. Satisfied?
That sounds really interesting. Lower your...
You're bleeding me.
Are you yanking my pizzle?
Alright, let's see if we can get... $200 groschen off of it.
Aye, you'll convince me with that price.
So he actually paid
You
us.
were looking for, sir.
Take all that. We're still slightly overloaded. So we're gonna drag that over here. Drag this over here. Drop this because we don't need it. Okay. So we're gonna put this on. Put this on. Put this on. And then I'm gonna put this on. And then we're gonna put this on. And then we're going to equip the spurs. Okay. Now the only other thing that we're going to do is equip our bow and our arrows. Okay. Found books. Take that. There we are there. All done up, fine and dandy.
I'm sorry.
No. I have been
Hail?
I'm sorry.
using pebbles for my last couple of playthroughs. So
I'm here
I'm
for some
actually going
horse
to
tack.
swap because both
I
of
hear you
these
have
horses
something
can
for
get
me.
a special
Well,
perk.
fuck me blind. You got out of jail, but I've got this so kind.
I took a look at...
And?
So I'm actually going to take Herring. They both get a perk. And I know what Pebbles' perk is. That's why I didn't, whenever I was grinding everything else, that's why I didn't go around and grind out and get Pebbles' perk. Because I want to get Herring. I want to get his perk. I want to see how he stacks up in comparison to Pebbles. And I didn't look it up so that I could find out for myself. We'll find out together.
I'll take him.
Good. He ain't the fastest, but he'll work his little heart out, and he'll keep an honest stock, too. From the Sameen stud farm. Not one of them stolen nags that see... I've heard that wind is blowing from them dodgy notes.
There are nomads.
Aye, they've got...
Oh.
Well...
Ah, don't worry. I learned to ride with Q.
Well, you can...
Sure.
God be with you, good sir.
All right. Now.
I'm sorry.
Oh, this is our new horse, Herring. So these are his stats. Pretty low stats in the world of horses. But like I said, you get a perk for him that gives you a buff. So we're not really too worried about it. Alright. Now let's look at armor. Come down here. There you go. He looks just fine. He'd look pretty good in either one of those. But I don't want to reduce his capacity right now. Let's move those to the inventory right there. Okay. Let's talk to this fucking guy.
How can I help you?
I'll have a look at the...
I can't sell him the horseshoes. Huh.
Let's talk about the...
Well...
Is this enough?
You really won't you'll... Again.
Okay. Now our inventory is 333 out of 410. So we need to find out. Oh, I know it's taking it up. Okay. That's just usually where I keep. His capacity is maxed out, so I don't think he'll be able to run.
What?
Nope, can't run. Okay. Which I may not know he's not really going to run.
Easy. Easy. Whoa, whoa.
I'm glad you're here. I needed to catch a breath of fresh air. I've had it up to here with that Chamberlain Stuffenberg, or whatever the bastard's name is.
Ah, fuck him. We're here on account of von Bergov.
I suppose you're right.
I agree.
Look, I know I behaved like an idiot, but...
Now this is where we can start romancing Lord Capon. Shocker, that's what we're gonna fucking do. So if you don't like it, get the fuck over it.
Ah, happens to the best of us. But you can rely on me. Always. We had a disagreement, that's all. Who doesn't sometimes? You're the closest friend I have left.
Thank you, Henry. I really appreciate it. I'm glad to have you as my page. You know, Hanush assigned you to me as a kind of punishment, but now I wouldn't want anyone else by my side. You have my word as a nobleman.
And you have my word as a blacksmith that I'll stand by you. Even if it isn't always easy going.
Then your word must be as firm as steel. But I take my promises seriously too. And since I made a promise to Bajena, we have to repay our debt.
Don't worry about it. I took care of it on behalf of both of us.
You did? My word, Henry. You are a true Bellator. Only half by birth, but your heart is filled with blue blood.
Thanks, Hans.
How is she getting on, actually? I hope she hasn't had any trouble on account of us.
Not on account of us, no. But Pavlena hasn't turned up for a long time. So she's worried.
We ought to help her. As soon as we get back from Nabokov. It's high time we set out so we can get back before nightfall. Carpe diem.
I'm ready.
Let's mount up then.
Now here's the kicker. So there's a quest that you can do here at Trotsky Castle. Something to do with devils and all that shit. And as of right now, if we go to Nabokov, we will not be able to do the quest without console commands. Because we have to teleport into a room because it's locked. Because once we get back from Nabokov, and we talk to von Bergov, that room will be locked to us. We will not be able to get in without console commands. And we have to get in there because there's a fireplace that we have to spread holy water on. Yada, 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 yada. And I'm just not worried about doing that quest.
It's nice to be out under the open sky. I was feeling really cramped in those gloomy corridors up there. But I can't deny, this is a real fucking castle. I've never seen anything like it before. Perkstein is just a little fortress in comparison. Von Bergov certainly knows how to make an impression.
Ah, it's only a pile of stones, though.
You mean a masterpiece of stone masonry? I'd have thought you, of all people, would be capable of appreciating fine craftsmanship.
Yeah, but Perkstein's better. It's way more impressive.
Fuck. This place makes me feel queasy. Memento mori. I could have croaked here and gone off to join my old man in eternity. God rest his soul. And he'd ask me, "So, son, what great deeds have you achieved in life?" And I'd have to tell him, "Well, Pa, I fucked everything up royally, and then they hanged me for poaching." Christ on a stick. I can't have that. When I go to the next life, I need to have something better to tell. A whole lot better.
Ah, you could tell him about me. How I served you loyally, for which you made me a knight and gave me a magnificent castle. Almost like this one here.
Aye, right. A fairy tale about a bold but uppity blacksmith. Just what Pa would like to hear.
I've never selected that dialogue option before, so I figured I'd try it.
Damn it. I need to get my mind on other things and get the feeling I'm living. Let's really spur these horses on, eh? What'd you say?
How can I refuse you anything?
There's a junction beyond Troskovitz with a roadside chapel. Whoever reaches it first wins. So, get ready. Forward!
Ka! Quick!
Race with the wind!
Ka! Ka! Quick! Quick!
I don't think that start was enough to beat Capon.
Go! Show what you're made of!
Quick! Just a bit further. Quick! Ja!
Nope, he got us.
Go! Ja! Quick! Keep it up.
Christ, yeah. Oh, I needed that. My head feels a lot clearer now.
I'm glad to hear it.
Thanks for riding with me, old pal.
I think nothing of it. But watch out next time. I won't hold back.
You never give up. That's what I like most about you.
So, what now, Hans?
Like I say, I can see everything clearer now. And the thing that's clearest to me is I won't be trifled with anymore. I'm the Lord of fucking Perkstein. Let everyone know who they have the honor of addressing.
I'm with you on that, noble sir.
Splendid. So, forward to Nabokov. The sooner we get that out of the way, the sooner we can finally start dealing with more important matters. Audentes fortuna juvat!
Audentes fortuna juvat!
We turn right here.
Might as well just fast travel to Nabokov. I'm not worried about the ride. We'll grab something to drink real quick. Got a blackberry Dr. Pepper. If you haven't tried them and you like blackberries, you should definitely try them.
So, we're here. What now, Sir Hans?
Now, I expect someone will come to greet us. And hopefully not like they did in Trotsky.
Hey, so Yaramir don't receive visitors. You'll have to leave.
I beg your pardon. See to it that he receives me immediately.
Can't be done. Sorry about that.
I am Sir Hans Capon of Lyca, and I am here with a message from Lord von Berghoff. So get to it. And if you keep me waiting here much longer, you'll be sorry.
Please be patient for a while, sir.
My word, you got a sharp tongue sometimes. But what if he won't receive us?
He will. Just wait and see.
Come along. Sir Yaramir will be here any moment.
See?
The Lord Jesus Christ be praised.
Forever and ever.
Please excuse our precautions, gentlemen. These are evil times. Well then, Yaramir of Nabokov, at your service. And whom do I have the honor of welcoming to my humble seat?
Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein. I am honored, Sir Yaramir. Sir Otto von Berghoff asked me to convey to you his cordial greetings, and to parley with you in the matter of the security of this domain.
Certainly, certainly. These are troubled times indeed. Please accept my hospitality, sir. You're surely thirsty after your journey, and you'll have greater comfort in the tower.
An excellent idea. If I may ask that our horses may not be neglected either.
Pelzel, you heard his lordship.
But I've already got 15 animals to deal with. Why doesn't Hurtle do it?
Hurtle has other duties. Stop griping and get to it.
15 horses? My word, sir. You must be doing all right for yourself.
Not entirely. But fortune smiled on me for once at least.
On me too, one could say. I suppose she's doing the rounds in these parts. So, tell me, sir, how did you achieve what you have?
Well, it's a long, complicated story. But I'm guessing von Burkhoff didn't send you here to find out how well off I am. Or did he?
No, he didn't. I apologize, Sir Yaramir. So, let's proceed to the real reason he sent us. Henry, be prepared. I won't keep Sir Yaramir very long.
Certainly.
Michael, you take Henry here under your wing and make sure he's well taken care of.
Certainly. Henry, eh? Michael's my name, and I welcome you to our little place. It's not the fanciest fortress ever, but you know, I like it here. It serves us well. How was your journey? All good?
Yeah, a bit tiring.
The journey was all right, but monotonous. I'm rattled from riding, and my ass hurts.
Well, I'm sure you're glad to be at the end of your ride, eh? You'll get some rest here. I'll see to that. But I must say, my throat is dry. And maybe yours too, eh? Come along with me. We'll soon fix that. I'll make you feel at home and we can have a chat. As I said, the fortress may be small, but the work never stops. Right now, we're repairing the fortifications down there, so don't get under the lad's feet. But you can drop in on Pelzel and check how he's looking after your horses. We're rolling some dice, eh? We've got none of guesswork, so don't all be shy. Invite him to play if he finds himself at a loose end.
Like you.
At least he'll show you how your betters play.
Right you are, Michael. You can
I'll be
rely
with
on
you.
me.
And you, Ertel, have you got shit for brains? You've got a guess, for fuck's sake.
I'm sorry, Michael. I didn't know.
Shut your gob and attend to your duties.
Right, I'm going.
So you've heard then?
God bless you, sir.
If you ain't chicken.
I heard Lord von Burghoff himself, so...
That's for their lordships to know, not me.
Aye. No one tells us commoners anything. Typical lords. But you must have heard something. You know...
I've got ears, but I don't crouch at keyholes.
All right, I didn't... Tell me one thing, though. Why didn't von Burghoff send one of his own in...
Well, I suppose he wanted to show respect to Lord Yaramir.
Ah, the way of the... To your master, Lord Capon.
He's pretty insignificant, isn't he?
One of the most significant in the Kingdom of Bohemia.
Well, you're lucky you're with him. And you're his, what, yeah, page, servant?
His escort. I give advice when he asks for it. But mostly I take care of his security.
Fair enough. I get it. I used to travel with Lord Yaramir, but he barely travels these days, so I don't get out much.
Lord Capon is always getting up to something.
Well, I envy you a bit. But hey, we've had a nice chat. And since you're here, what would you say to a bit of a friendly duel? You've got time to kill, and me too. Let's do something to shorten it. We can do something dignified. We'll clash arms for the glory of our masters. You for yours, me for mine.
I accept your offer. I'd fight for Lord Capon any time and any place.
Then you're the right man in the right place. Get your kit ready, and we can get stuck in.
Let's do it.
You don't have to ask twice. We've got some blunt old weapons for practice here. We don't want to hack each other to pieces.
That's sensible.
We'll do it in a little courtyard behind the gate. Tell me what weapon you want, and we'll get cracking.
Give me a longsword.
You must fancy yourself a master swordsman. Give me a moment. I'll...
All right.
Well then. Ready?
Let's go. Glory to Lord Capon.
Let's see what you're made of. Michael is one of the best fighters around.
I feel quite hungry!
Jesus!
Who do you think will have to repair it?
A good fight. An honourable.
Yeah, I'd say. I haven't had such a good stretch in a long time.
Lord Capon's honour has been defended.
Ha! That it has. Didn't expect you to take me down like that. All honour to you, Henry. Here you go. Something to remember Nabokov by on your journeys with Sir Capon. If you're feeling a bit sore, go and see Clara. She'll be in that house beneath the smithy beyond the gate, I reckon. She'll be happy if you show her where it hurts. I might have said this already, but if you've got nothing on your plate, you can have a game of dice's work, or try Pelzel in the stables. I'm sure he'd love to show you how we hold races. And if you want to train some other battle skills, you can practice archery with Mark. I reckon you'll find him on the gate.
Whoop your ass.
Excuse me.
God be with you.
Lovely horse.
Aye. Right.
There must be more of them than men in the fortress.
That's right. Sir...
What stroke of luck was that?
Look, this is...
So there is something dodgy.
Bollocks! It's all above board. Why not do something for your own lord's honour instead? We sometimes have this little race.
Don't try that on with me. I'm the retainer of Lord Capon of Perkstein. So bear that in mind and start talking.
Beg pardon, sir.
The horses. Where did Lord Nebat get them?
All right, if you insist. Well, lucky for him, but we came across a bunch of them bandits who prey on folk here. We tore into them and hacked them to pieces. A couple of our lads didn't make it. God rest their souls. And we took their horses. They had loads of them. Who knows where they got them, but that's by the by now.
Where did you fight with them?
Not far from the stream. They were just watering their horses with...
Good for you.
Too right.
I see. Take good care of those.
I will. And you, sir. You could help us. And if you man...
What does that Pelzel eat? His breath stinks.
Speaking of stinking.
I don't want to pry, Michael, but Sir Yaramir said he had some luck with horses.
Nothing interesting about it. His lord... If you insist. Well, Sir Yaramir had these relatives, and they died, God rest their souls, but they couldn't give it to him or something, so they gave him horses instead, to make up the amount owed. See? Complicated, ends all, but all above board.
You were right.
Just so.
That's not what the other guy said.
Well, I never. I can't remember the last time anyone beat Mike.
Well, you didn't make it easy. I don't like fighting with wretches who haven't a chance in...
It's a shame there aren't more like now. Let's have a look.
Oh, thanks. Well, I certainly can't refuse care from a lovely lass like yourself.
Well, I've done what I could. Better now?
Aye. Much better. Thanks a lot.
I'm glad.
Henry. Lord Capon's retainer. We're on a mission from Lord Bombergov.
Oh, I'm Clark.
Why does he look like the Michelin Man?
My sword is at your service, miss.
Blimey, but it's... I have... and...
I will...
Come on then, shall we go?
Fuck me.
Our little fortress doesn't impress you much, I suppose. You must be used to real castles. Actually, that's why I'm so pleased you're here. A bit of excitement at last. Tell me more about knights. Or better still, about yourself. Where have you been? What have you seen?
In the hills above Sasau River, I discovered the enemy's hidden camp. I told the lords about it, and they assembled a force. Just like Lord Bombergov is doing now. We approached under cover of darkness and attacked.
Clever. And how did it work out? Do tell.
It was indeed clever. But not on our part, unfortunately. The enemy learnt we were coming. So while we were in the field, they seized one of our unguarded castles.
I'd rather not hear what happened next.
I'm sorry.
Storming castles tends to be a bloody business. Tell me more, please.
And now that you mention castles, I conquered one once. The enemy took it by a ruse. And we couldn't let that go unanswered. I found a great scholar and got him to build us a trebuchet. Then we bombarded the castle. They didn't surrender. So brute force was required. Smash down the gate, ladders up to the ramparts, and so on.
Aye, when brains fall short, brawn has to step in. Thank you for telling me your stories. It's nothing like my life. I just patch up the lads when they come back cut up and bruised, like last time. But I have other talents too.
Look at me, I have rubba-dubba-dubba-da. Dabba-dabba-dabba-dabba-dabba-da.
The only reason I'm doing this is because we get to bang her. That's it. I want the buff. I want the buff. Okay? That's it. I want the buff.
This really, if it was up to me.
Why not?
I have, and if it's
Just see
not a step
for
made.
Take some herbs for her.
I know.
Really?
No,
I have, since you, it all grows.
I think
Sage, poppy, marigold. It's a big poppy.
I've got everything.
Wonderful.
You promised you'd tell me something.
I will. Hurry.
Now we're gonna run off into the woods and do the do. Do the do. Dooby-dooby-dooby-dooby-doo. Reggie. No, I've never tried this.
All right, Missy. Enough sweet talk. There's something fishy about this fortress. So tell me what you know, or you'll be sorry.
You wouldn't hurt me, would you?
Want to find out?
I'll scream.
All you have to do is tell me what's going on here. Or will it have to be the hard way?
No, please.
Spill the beans, then. Or your taste steel.
All right. All right. I don't know what you've sniffed out here, but my advice is to forget about it. Otherwise, you'll end up under lock and key like the others. And maybe I will too. Just go and get your lord and get out of here. And now let me go! Leave me alone. Get away from me, you pig.
Pig. Oh.
Leave me alone. Get away from me, you pig.
Alright, that's the fucking last time you say that shit to me.
It happens. Just...
I'm just kidding. We're not going to kill her. I just wanted to see what she'd tell us because I've never gotten the dialogue option before. I guess because I've never talked to the stable hand before I went and talked to her. But I'd like for her to stay alive, and I'd like to get that perk. So we're just going to really quickly follow her back out there.
Our little fortress doesn't impress you much, I suppose. You must be used to real castles. Actually, that's why I'm so pleased you're here. A bit of excitement at last. Tell me more about knights, or better still, about yourself. Where have you been? What have you seen?
All right, then. Some time ago, my native region, far from here, was plagued by a gang of bandits. I tracked them, and it wasn't easy, until I found their secret stronghold in an abandoned village. A battle broke out. I fought my way to the loft of a run-down church. There, I found their leader and killed him in a duel.
You really aren't any run-of-the-mill man-at-arms. At least I have nothing to fear when I'm with you. Tell me more, please.
If she only knew.
Once, I was on the trail of this scoundrel, but the sly fox hid in the cloisters of Sasau Monastery. So I had to become a novice to track him down.
Good heavens! So you're actually a monk?
No. I entered the monastery under a false name, so I'd say I'm not a real monk.
That's good to know. Thank you for telling me your stories. It's nothing like my life. I just patch up the lads when they come back cut up and bruised, like last time. But I have other talents too.
As we're about to see.
This really is If it was up to me, I'd just lie down.
Why not?
I have to gather herbs, and if his lordship found...
Just a Yaramir treat...
Not at all. He's a good master, but strict. Still.
For dawdling?
Maybe.
I know quite a...
Really?
Oh, in that case...
Aye. I've gotten... Since you know all... It all grows in the glade here, but sometimes it takes a while to find.
I think I'll manage. I've got everything.
Wonderful.
You promise...
I will. Hurry.
Now, something about this little hideaway here is there are... Where are they at? Right here. Mushrooms that we need for Bane potions.
Now tell me what's so important that you...
I wanted to give you a...
A riddle? Why?
I bloom in silence. A whispered solve this riddle.
The only petal I see here is called Clara.
The right answer. And now for your reward. I hope they didn't hear us in the fortress. People wouldn't half talk. If you're as good as that on the battlefield, may God have mercy on your enemies.
I'm not so considerate on the battlefield, because as a true knight, I must do everything I can for a damsel in distress.
You'll soon be a begging knight if you carry on like...
What do you mean?
Well, I can grind the seeds and the like, but not every damsel in distress knows the recipe.
I suppose we should go back.
Well, can't be helped. Pass me my clothes, please.
Sure. I should get...
Farewell for now, Henry, and thanks for your help.
Also, I believe her buff lasts twice as long as anybody else's. It's either hers or Catherine's. Oops, sorry. Spoiler.
No, and nor should you.
Except I don't have a bullet, and you won't lend me yours on any other day.
Now, spoiler, or not spoiler. Now, I will say this. Here is where we can actually start.
Heal. Stay.
Getting the shit together to put our armor back together.
Palisade's too high, you can't see over it. Palisade's too low, it don't give enough cover. They're the wrong stakes. You can't use these for a palisade. It's all wood, ain't it? But try explaining that to them.
Black tree branches on a gold field. That's the shield of the Lords of Lipa. What on earth is that doing here? What is this strange contraption? What's it for? Military equipment. That must have cost a fortune. There's enough here for a small army.
Weapons and armor. Nothing but weapons and armor. If a place ain't full of ammunition, it's full of armor. And who's going to tidy it up and clean the rust off it? Who else? Me. Take it to the post.
What? What's this? Some charcoal ground to powder.
Carry it up to the upper tower. There's no room to sleep in the upper tower. There's weapons and armor all over the place. Put it somewhere it's not in the way. Don't leave it looking like a mess. I'm fucking fed up. There's so much armor when nobody wears any of it. All they do is move from one place to another. Who moves it? Who do you... 20 men just sitting on their asses, and that leaves me.
Alright, then we get the fuck out of Dodge.
What's this about? I've got work to do.
Hold on. I know you from somewhere, don't I?
Bollocks. You've got me mixed up with someone.
No, I'm serious. I've seen you somewhere before.
Aye? Where?
Quite recently. By Rock Tower Pond, wasn't it?
Nah, I haven't been to see the herb woman in ages.
I never said anything about any herb woman.
Aye? You said Rock Tower Pond. And that's where the herb woman lives. So that's why it came to mind. That old herb woman. People go to her for ointments and that. You know? Anyway, hunting. That's right. If we don't bring a hare for supper, our lord will... Come on, brother, we're going hunting!
I'd bet Sir
And make
Radzig's
it
sword
snappy.
I've seen that good-for-nothing before somewhere.
Sakra. That's the fella who was sniffing about at the herb woman's place. What's he doing here, though?
Good lord. That's some ammunition stockpile. The lord here doesn't leave anything to chance.
What are you rummaging around over there, you dirty thief? Do we sort this out on our own? Or do you want experience involved?
Well,
We
what's
can
it
work
gonna
this
be?
out.
How dare you? You'll give everything...
I admit,
All right, so run along. But don't... Sakra. I need a bandage quick. Ah, that's better. See you later.
Wow. Ammunition.
Sir, Michael
Loads
said
of
I
it.
should take you under my wing if you're at a loose end. At a loose end, sir? Dice will help pass the time. I'm always glad to see polite people like you. God be with you.
Greetings, Master Guard.
Come to take a look at the ramparts. Very nice they are. Lovely view.
More ammunition. Another big stockpile. Are they expecting the fortress to be attacked? There's something fishy about this.
God be with you. Keep the peace, and we'll stay friends.
God be with you.
It looks like Lord Nebak has some prisoners. I wonder who they are.
What is it? What do you want? What?
I swear.
Thank God. I'm...
What? Who is...
I have his... now.
How did...
We don't have...
Well, Lord...
It was this... Hey, why? It took us... Hey...
I'll tell Lord...
God...
Now, if you don't remember, this is our brigandine.
Crikey. More armor. A lot more than I'd expect in such a small fortress. This is getting fishy.
I've got this.
I hear you're a keen dice player.
You heard Dan. All that travel. Take the weight off. I play for...
Would you like to throw...
What game would you...
Nice.
And do you have...
Ah. Now how about...
Let's...
I'm seriously curious about you, lad. My God! Oh, come on!
Oh, that's a 3. That looked like a 1.
If I was you, I'd take it. What can you do? Hmm. My God, I'm done.
A 1 and a 5. Shouldn't have done that.
Let it be now. I want to play too, you know. Finished. Your turn.
It's a good thing you've come. We're all finished here. Now back to Trotsky. Time to get back in the saddle.
If you want to repeat that, I'd be more than glad.
Get ready to leave, Henry. Lord von Bergov is expecting us. We can chat along the way, but first we have to get going. The horses are waiting, so let's go. Excellent! My favorite retainer and protector just when I need him. The mission is fulfilled. It was a good meeting. And he promised to send some men to help Lord von Bergov, of course. What about you? Did you...
Fucking hell, Hans. You can be glad you're alive.
Is there something wrong?
You bet there is. The whole fortress has been taken over by bandits. They attacked it and took Sir Yaramir prisoner. They're pretending to be his garrison. And you didn't speak to Nebak, but to their chief. Thank Christ they didn't take you prisoner as well.
What?
I found the real Nebak in jail. I swear to God it's all true. We have to disappear as quickly as possible, before they take us captive as well.
Oh, shit! Well, then we better leave right now. You can explain it properly on the way.
Yeah.
Yo, this place again. Oh, it makes my blood run cold. But it's good we're back safe. I was somewhat afraid they might send someone after us. Especially after what you said on the way about Sir Yaramir being a prisoner. It was clever of you to sniff out the deception, Henry. I'll take my hat off to you. Lord von Bergov must be informed.
Of course.
So we've uncovered the secrets at Nabokov Fortress.
Welcome back, Sir Hans. Henry?
Greetings, sir.
I'm glad you got back safe and sound. Now let's get down to business. Lord Capon, what news do you bring from Sir Yaromir? How many of his men can I count on?
None, my lord.
The situation is worse than you can imagine. Nebakov Fortress has been taken over by bandits, and Sir Yaramir is their prisoner.
What?
Their leader posed as Sir Yaramir. While I negotiated with him, Henry found out the truth.
They attacked the fortress at night. They managed to climb the rock in the lower part of the fortress and scale the fortifications. Sir Yaramir and his garrison had no chance.
A bold move, that. It's a pity the bastards didn't break their necks trying. But their luck has run out now. I shall make sure of that.
The bandits' leader is some nobleman, but that's all Sir Yaramir knows about him. He's never seen him in these parts before.
Of course their leader is a nobleman. Who else would be able to plan and execute such a conquest?
Sir Yaramir urgently requests that you send a force to Nebakov and free him.
I will, of course. The news might actually be better than it seems.
What's good about it? They seized the fortress.
At last, we know where to strike. They thought they would gain a foothold, but instead they walked into a trap. Nebakov will be easy to besiege. We will set out when we have enough men mustered. That heap of sticks will not last a day against my knights.
You can count on us, sir.
I should hope so. I'm sure young Lord Capon is eager to demonstrate his valor in the field. And just maybe, Henry, you will win your knight's spurs.
We will support you in the field, of course. But before we take the fortress, I'm very keen to finish the business we came about.
There will be time enough. There are several loose ends to tidy up before you have proved yourselves most capable. So I will let you... We caught one of those bastards who ambushed us.
What?
A stroke of luck, more than anything. He's under lock and key down in the dungeons.
And? Did you get...
It turns out he's a...
What about...
That is just... So they just...
Damn!
I don't... But if he... Because...
I've a whole...
All the...
I'm surprised how tender... But I haven't...
I'm glad to... You have already surprised me once or twice. So I'm interested to see if you can do it. And if not, nevertheless, while we are dealing with nuisances, did you notice anything suspicious on my estate while I was away? Something that might put us on...
I'm afraid I can't help while you were away. I spent my time, hunting. And after that, I was a guest in your cellars.
I heard that the Inquisition is nosy.
Well, well. I would love to know what they are looking for here. It is a good thing, you... The best way to judge a noble is by those who serve him. Now, my personal bodyguard, Lord Bartosz, also known as Black Bartosz, came back from Prague with me. An outstanding swordsman. So if you want to take your mind off things or fence, you will most likely find him at the sword-fighting arena. For you, Henry, he will have a gift from my personal armory as a token of my gratitude for your services.
Thank you, sir.
All right, everybody. As much as I would like to continue this, this is where I must end. So we rescued Lord Capon, and we uncovered a massive secret at Nebakov Fortress. Tomorrow, we'll see what comes of that. Y'all take it easy.